Well, you got your hands over some cards, and you have this OCD kind of thing, which I don't have, to keep these cards in a particular order every time. It's quite time taking if you go hand picking every card according to their order and keeping it in a different stack and then keeping it where you want to keep it. In this video, what I'm going to show you is using these cards, a nice little trick that you can follow uh, to uh, to keep your cards in order when they are scrambled. Now this is not my trick, but I saw this in my second or third semester in the college, and I'll be showing you exactly how it's done. And latter part, I'll explain the math, or also known as the logical framework behind this procedure. So the only faith that you need to have in your mind is uh, there is no demon which comes and puts your card in some random order after you have gone about doing this procedure. Now, if you assume there is no such demon, or no such fourth or fifth order, fifth dimensional being, then you're okay with this procedure, and this procedure will work every time. Just the thing is, if you have more number of cards, you need to drill more number of such holes. And that's basically it. If you're okay with straight drilling holes, and if you assume that there is no such demon which disorders your card after you arrange them, then let's start with the video. So the procedure goes like this. The basic setup is some of the cards have all holes, some of the cards have hole with one of the holes joining the edge, some of the cards have well, one hole and two of the holes joining the edge. I have arranged them in some random order. So if you can see, 5, 3, 4, 6, 2, 1. And now I will start my sorting procedure. Let me explain again the procedure only for the sake of clarity, right? So if you have a couple of cards, some of them have holes here, some of them have I mean, all of them have holes on these three specific locations, and some of the holes actually join to the edge, not like this, like this. So if you stick a needle through this and pull it up, needle through this and pull it up, this card moves up along the with the needle. But if you do the same here with this spin, this card just falls down, right? So this is the basic procedure. If like with using the basic counting principles, you have two options for this, two options for this, two options for this, open or close. That implies 8 cards can be made uniquely. So the procedure is you put your needle through the first hole for the bunch, pull it up. The cards that fall out, you keep them at the back without changing the sequence, and you do this sequentially for first this one, then this one, then this one, these holes, and the final sequence that you get is unique. So you can number it from 1 to 8, and you always have that sequence in the end of this procedure, no matter how you shuffle the cards. You're basically done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now is the right moment to pause this video and think about this yourself. I'll be starting to explain in after 3 seconds. Let's go over the procedure, the rationale behind this procedure. So, in the last step of the procedure, what you have is what you do is the cards that fall out, you keep them at the back of your stack. So consider this is your stack, and this is the back of your stack. This is the front of your stack. So basically, the cards that are in the back of your stack, they have
holes joining to the edges like this, and the cars that are in front of them, they don't have holes joining the edge, so it's a isolated thing. And so yeah, this is the first step of separation, I mean, in terms of logic. Now consider only the cars which have their last hole joining the edge. Let's extend the space to write on. Now consider this situation when you put the stick through the middle hole and pull out. Now consider only the cards that have the last hole joining the edge. If you consider only these cards, then in this run wherein you put the stick through the middle hole, you actually separate the cards that have holes in the that have holes joining to the edge and that don't have the holes joining to the edge. So if you consider only the cards that have the last hole joining to the edge, so I can denote it by like this. If you consider only these kind of cards, I don't have information about this, right? Let's put cross and cross. Yeah. If you consider only these cards within themselves get separated into the middle part joining the edge, and the last and the middle part not joining the edge. Sorry. And in the last run, wherein you put the stick through the last hole and you separate out, this ordering doesn't change because all the cards that don't have a hole not joining to the edge, they get separated altogether. So this whole thing moves together to the back. So this ordering doesn't change. A similar rationale works for this other case wherein you have the hole not joining the edge. So basically what you have is this. So what I've done is I've just color coded the things to make it simpler looking, because I know I cannot draw a good diagram, hands and or such. Maybe this is just an excuse, but anyways. So I gave you the rationale why this happens in the step 3, whatever happens. Now let's, and I've also given you the rationale why the step 2 of the edges of this line happens to do what they do. Now you can extend the same argument over here, I mean here, and that works perfectly fine, and that is actually true. Now you again move to a smaller set of cards, particularly the cards which have these two properties in them. So when you do the same rationale extrapolating for this smaller set, you again get you again get a similar order, like holes joining to the edge and holes not joining to the edge, I mean isolated. That's it basically, and this is a very valid argument. I mean, it is a true argument, but this is not mathematically, I won't say it is mathematically rigorous. Needless to say, it is not even necessary to have a well-defined, rigorous kind of proof every time, because what is more important is like you having a rough sketch, a rough diagram of how to proceed. Filling in the gaps, you can always impress someone or explain to someone with any arbitrary level of confidence that you want according to your conditions. So basically, have a rough sketch, enough, right? Anyways, see you. Bye.